So, good afternoon, everybody. How you doing? I'm a little salty today, a little irritated. Why? I'm a little irritated and salty because too many people, especially over the last year, have come to me talking about how they want to grow, how they want to attract certain things in their life, whether it's relationships, whether it's love, whether it's money, whether it's a house, all these different kinds of things that they want to attract in their life, the lifestyle that they really want to have, how much they want to travel and do all these different types of things. Well, here's the deal. Most if not all of those things takes a certain level of finances to do it. And in order to have those finances, you got to take a risk. At some point, some level, you got to take a risk. Not everybody is going to be an entrepreneur. Not everybody's going to be an investor, but even if you know you need to make more money in the field that you're in, you may have to go back to school, but you're too afraid to take the risk of getting a student loan if need be. You're too afraid to do it because you got to pay that money back, and you're so concerned about paying the money back, you're not even thinking about what you're going to make. And there's so many things out there that just keeps telling you that, oh, you're never going to make as much money as you need, but you're living probably higher than you should because you don't have good money management anyway. Now, I'm not trying to come down on everybody right now, but I'm putting it out there factually right in front of your face. It's time to realize it and wake up. Wake up. Wake up, people. Here's the thing. I told you guys months and months ago that you need to create income-based investments. You need investments that bring you income on an annual basis, year after year after year. And here's the thing about it. The 80-20 rule is going to tell you that if you invested in 10 different companies, maybe four of them are going to pay you money. Maybe 4 of them are going to make you money. All right? It's not all of them aren't going to be successful. It just doesn't work that way. You know, Nikola Tesla failed 10,000 times before he figured out what he was doing. But he just said, hey, that's just 10,000 ways of learning how not to do it. Same thing with Thomas Edison. One of my favorite stories. Most of you know who Colonel Sanders is right now. But do you know that Colonel Sanders, he went to the Navy and he was not successful. He then tried to do many different businesses, many different things, and he was not successful. At age 62, he was so depressed that he wrote his wife a letter. And he explained to her how he had been a failure his entire life, writing her this letter. And then he told her that, I'm going to kill myself so that you don't have to deal with the burden of this failure. And then he went out into his backyard. He had his gun. And he was sitting there getting ready to kill himself when his wife had came into the house and she started reading the letter. And then she went out back and saw him with the gun. And he said, baby, I can't do anything right. You don't deserve to live this life with a man who can't do anything right. And she said, baby, you cook chicken right. You're great at cooking chicken. And that one little thing caused him to rise up out of his ashes of himself, of his depression. And that one little word from her caused him to go out and try to sell his recipe and his form of cooking chicken. And guess what? The first 1,002 people said no. They said no. Failure, rejection, no. But he didn't give up. He went out again and he got the person to say yes. And from that yes, he started building KFC. He started building Colonel Sanders. Well, he wasn't building Colonel Sanders yet, but he was building KFC. And then he met Dave Thomas. And Dave Thomas said, we can take this thing and we can make you into Colonel Sanders and we can build an empire. And they did that together. And then Dave Thomas went on to build Wendy's. But Dave Thomas' story is similar because he was going failure after failure until he got it right. Until it happened, until it hit. But see, too many of y'all want it to hit immediately. You cannot take the opportunity of a risk. You sit there and you say you want to be rich, but you are too afraid to risk anything. You say that you want to have certain relationship, but you're too afraid to risk your heart. You say that you want to grow in your field of work, but you don't want to go to school. You don't want to specialize. You don't want to go to the seminars. You don't want to do any of the things that cause you to stick your neck out there for a second so that you can have the opportunity to rise. And guess what? Half the time, if not more than half, the situation is not going to come out the way you want it to. But it only takes 1, 2, 3 times for you to hit. Just 1, 2, or 3 times for you to hit. It doesn't matter how many times you fail. Do you think that I've been successful in every business I've started? Heck no. I failed a bunch of times, but I've learned a great deal each time. And it only takes one. It only takes one time for it to hit. One time. And yeah, I've made six figures a couple of times in a couple of different ways. Right? And I've made 5 figures and less. I made 4 figures a couple of times in a couple of different ways. But the only thing that matters is that my get up muscle, you see, my get up muscle is strong. How strong is your get up muscle? Is your get up muscle weak, that if you get knocked down, you can't get back up? Or is your get up muscle strong, so that if you get knocked down, it's just like lifting weights, you get a little bit stronger. You get knocked down again, you get a little bit stronger. You see, that's how it works. You got to get that get up muscle, got to get stronger and stronger. And to the point where now you're going out there and you know, yes, I may fail, but this is the lesson that I learned, and I'm going to move forward. I'm going to be stronger. I'm going to be better. And that's what I'm telling you that you got to do. You got to get stronger. You got to get better. But the only way you do that is you got to go and you got to try. You see, if you don't try to have relationships, then you cannot ever have the great relationship. If you don't try and go into the gym and work out and eat well, then you will never have the great body or the great health. If you don't try to invest money or join somebody who you can invest with or build a company, then you will never become that great entrepreneur. If you do not try to raise yourself in your field of study, then you will never be at the top of your game, and so you will never receive the financial reward that goes with it. And you will live the existence of whatever it is that you have in your hand right now. And trust me, it's getting less and less and less. Because most of you who have retirements, you're going to outlive your money. And when you outlive your money, you're going to be trying to figure out how much spam you can make it last. How long can I make this spam last? How long can I make this loaf of bread last? And heaven forbid, how long can I make this cat food last? I don't want you to be in that situation. I know you got some greatness in you, and that greatness is just waiting to come out of you. But in order for that greatness to come out of you, you have to be willing to put it out there on the line. And the question is, are you willing to put your greatness on the line? Because I am. My greatness is non-negotiable, so I have to put it out on the line. Things aren't always great in my life either. But guess what? I'm willing to put it on the line in order for it to become great. And I know that you can be great and we can be great together. But in order to do it, you got to put it on the line. That's why I want you to come out to this event on January 7th, because iron sharpens iron. As much as I want you to come there for you to get from me, I need to get from you. But I only want to get from those who are iron, because I'm getting sharp. And I need you to get sharp. And we can get sharp together. I believe in that. I know that. It's just part of my being. And it's part of yours as well, because you are divine inside. And that spark is in you for you to go out there and become whatever it is you choose to become in life. I know that you can. But you got to believe it before I start believing it, before anybody else starts to believe it. Because trust me, there are those who won't believe, and they're detractors. They're going to come to you and they're going to hate you, and they're going to put hate on you, and they're going to have everything negative to say. And you got to be willing to turn from that and say that, no, you are not part of my greatness. You are not part of my plan, because my greatness is non-negotiable, and I'm rising like a phoenix out of the ashes of my body that's currently I'm living in right now, and nothing can stop me from doing it. So move and get out of my way, because here I come. Here I come. So I look forward to seeing you guys on January 7th. You know, sign up for the event. Let's have a great time. And please sign up if you're definitely coming. Say that you're definitely coming, because I want to have the right number so we have the right room. And of course, since I own a popcorn store, we're going to have popcorn in the place, y'all. So come on out. Let's have a good time. Let's get motivated. Let's get transformed. Let's move our lives in the right direction. Let's stop just waiting for manna to fall from the sky, and let's go out there and get it done. Let's cause the attractions of things that we want in our life to manifest. And this is how we do it. So yeah, I'm a little salty. I'm a little amped up, but that's all right, because sometimes you got to be that way in order to get it done. So y'all have a great day. Enjoy this beautiful, beautiful Saturday. Yeah, and go shop small businesses today. Y'all have a good one.